Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode in the $5 Thrift Challenge series. I took a $5 bill, took it to a Goodwill, bought one item, sold that item for profit, used that profit to buy more items, and I've been doing that over and over and over and over and over and over again until we've gotten to the point where we're at today, where we have over $6,000 that I have made in sheer profit from that initial $5 investment that I made. So I'm really showing you guys how to resell. I'm showing you guys what items I pick up, and we're hopefully learning a little bit along the way and having a good time thrifting together as we go. But today I'm really excited because this past weekend I did go to Indianapolis. I got to go back to where I lived for the past 2 years. I went to visit a friend who was going through a hard time, and it was kind of a spur of the moment trip. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go thrifting for the $5 thrift challenge while I'm there. And so it's going to be a very interesting video. We'll get into that in a second, but let's first update you guys on what things I have sold from this challenge since the last time I saw you. We ended last week's episode with $6,064.19. But now we have a few more items to add in since then. So last week I did have a whatnot show. So I sold a lot of items that were not part of this challenge, but I also sold a lot of items that were. So from just the items that were a part of this challenge, we sold $358 live on Whatnot. And if you guys have not been following me on Whatnot, it's really fun and you don't have to buy anything. A lot of people show up just to hang out, and we have this whole community of amazing individuals who are just so kind, so nice, and we all get to chat live while I'm also selling some items, and you can bid on them live. And I think it's really fun. I think people have a good time there. So if you want a little bit more of a, kind of live and more interactive way to meet me, then that is a great way to do it. And if you use my link when you sign up for Whatnot, you get $15 for free off your first purchase. So I'll leave that link always in the description box if you ever are interested in joining us. But we sold $358 of items from this challenge, including a pair of leather boots, this leather harness boot that I picked up in the bins for $3.50 that I didn't know how to sell really because it didn't have a size, it didn't have a brand, but it was so amazing. They were gorgeous boots, and those were probably the thing that sold for the most. They sold for $71 in that Whatnot show. So that was kind of the biggest item I sold, but tons of littler items too. But from $358, make $343.68 heading into the challenge bank. So the next thing that I sold was the pair of Stuart Weitzman, the strappy champagne heels. Did I get these in the bins? I feel like I did get these in the bins, didn't I? But these sold for $50 on Poshmark, and from $50 make $40 heading into the challenge bank of profit. Then the next thing that sold was another pair of Stuart Weitzman shoes. So I've sold 2 Stuart Weitzman pairs of shoes this week, and I don't have that many pairs of Stuart Weitzman shoes listed. So maybe there is some sort of trend going on with people wanting Stuart Weitzman. That's something I will have to look more into. But I sold the School Days penny loafers. I got these in the bins for sure. These cost me $3.50 to buy, and they sold for $45. So from $45, make $36 heading into our challenge bank. Then I sold the North Face TKA 7 fleece. This was an olive green fleece jacket, and this sold to a viewer. So if you guys are ever purchasing something, thank you so much. That is so kind if you're supporting the challenge. But this sold for $31. From $31, make $24.80 heading into the challenge bank. Thank you so much for your purchase. And then the last thing I sold as part of the challenge since last week was this Peter Millar, this Cypress polo shirt. This sold on Depop. So this sold for $39.99 on Depop. I do love a male buyer. I just find they usually just buy your item at asking price. Sometimes there are definitely exceptions to the rules, but from $39.99, because Depop has such low selling fees, we made $37.87 of profit heading into the challenge bank. And that gives us $6,546.54 to go shopping with today. Obviously, we're not going to spend all of that. I'm hoping for around $100 or less. And with that money, I will be able to hopefully make like $1,000. So every time I buy something in this challenge, we are hoping to 10x our money, right? So if I buy something for $5, I want to get $50 out of it. I'm filming this segment after the fact. So something came up with a friend, actually right before I did my Whatnot show. And then the next morning I got everything packed up, and then I literally just drove. I drove for 6 hours to make it to Indianapolis to be with her. She was going through a hard time. She needed a friend. So I made it to Indianapolis, and then I'm only telling you guys all this because it's a really funny story at this point. But then I was helping her lift a piece of furniture, and I threw out my back. And so I am really walking gingerly right now. And then after I threw out my back, I was stretching in the middle of this parking lot, and I tripped over a curb and landed on the blacktop asphalt and just destroyed my knees. There's asphalt inside of my skin. I'm bruised everywhere. So was kind of a rough, it was a weekend that was so fun, but then I lost my voice, and then I was leaving my friend's apartment complex, and I got a flat tire. So it was really a rough weekend for me. I'm glad I was able to be there for my friend, but wowzers, it was a tough weekend. Long story long, I had to go get my tire fixed. We went to one place, they didn't have any of my tires. We made it to a second one. I had no air in my tire. It was a rough time. I got there and they're like, you need to replace all your tires. So then I got smacked with a $500 tire bill out of nowhere. So it was really a crazy weekend for me. But all that to say, I don't feel good today. It's been a lot, but I am showing up for you guys. So I did take video footage while I was at the Goodwill. I was supposed to be going to the Goodwill, and that's when I blew my tire. I was still able to go for just a little bit of time. I made it to my favorite Goodwill in the Indianapolis area just for a little bit of time, but I was able to find so many things, and I didn't even like hold myself back. I was just like, you know what? It's a great piece. I'm throwing it in the cart. So I'm excited to show you guys my fever dream that was this Goodwill experience. Whew, and I'll meet you guys when we go thrifting there. So it's so fun being in here, but they've completely redone the entire building. It looks completely different, so I've got to really get my bearings, but I've gone straight to the new racks and looking at anything new that's catching my eye. Here's some new Tex Chico's pants for $5.99. Put those in the cart. As you can see, my cart is full. I've got new Tex L Bean. I've got a Free People top. These are some J. Crew pieces in here that were on a new rack, but I didn't know what I was walking into today, so I am excited that there's so many new racks. And I talked to one of my friends who works here, and he said that I came at the perfect time because they are putting out like 6 new racks full of things. So I'm excited to look through and see what I can find. Oh my gosh, it's just so good to be back. It's so nice to be here in this store and just be able to know I'm amongst friends, and I know I'm gonna find some good things. It's just how it goes. Always feel good when I'm here. This is cool. What is that? Storm Tech. Looks like a leather jacket for $7.99. Gotta look a little closer at that, but I'm probably gonna put that in the cart. How interesting. Have you ever heard of Storm Tech? Okay, let me look that up, but I'll put that in the cart too. So I was so excited to find this beautiful vintage Brooks Brothers 10% merino wool, made in Hong Kong, brown turtleneck for $4.99. But there is a little hole right there. So like if I was picking this up for myself, I would totally still do it. But I think I'm gonna have to leave that behind. I also feel like this feels really nice. I don't see a brand anywhere on it. And there's no tag on the inside, no size. And I was trying to think even like nothing on the button either. So I'm gonna leave that behind. But obviously still looking. And look at this, a little Madewell jacket. Which again, usually I'm picky with Madewell, but for $5.99, into the cart she goes. My cart is overflowing, and I literally have only stepped this far from the doors. Here's a Talbot's 3X long green duster. How much are you? Probably $5.99. $4.99. I think for a plus size, oh, it's a 1X. For a plus size sweater, I would usually grab that, but I feel like I'm gonna have a ton. Like here's another Brooks Brothers extra fine merino wool. So I feel like that's beautiful. And that probably will come home with me too. So I was looking along the top of these clothing racks coming from the new rack over here. And I just happened to see these. These are a beautiful pair of Vionic little leather penny loafers from Vionic, but they're in a size women's 8, but they are brand spanking new, like never worn. They're $12.99, which is a little expensive for a pair of shoes, but since they're brand new, the new pairs were all selling for like $50 to $80, and so I think that that's definitely worth grabbing. But my cart is already pretty full, so I've got to be selective. There's just so much good stuff, and I literally could be here all day, but I've got to just be here while they fix my car, which we'll have to talk about that because that's a wild story as it is. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Are these vintage? If these are vintage, they're coming home with me. Do you see these little, oh my gosh, and they're corduroy, $3.90. Yes, please. Oh, geez. I'm going to buy enough here to pay for my car fixment. of all the tires. Have to replace all the tires, unfortunately. Hebe, made in Latvia. Beautiful dress. Okay, I'm really distracted. There's just so much good stuff to look at. So I'm looking at some shoes. Here's some Kizik's. Just one, but $9.99, not bad. Let's see what these leather ones are. Hush puppies, absolutely not. I'll keep filling you in as we look. But I did get a flat tire. On the way here, luckily I was still with my friends when it happened. So praise God, they helped me get to a tire place. The first one didn't have the tires I needed. The second one did, so that was a relief. But it's been a rough time. It's been a rough time, but I did make it finally. So a pair of Jordan pants for $1.99. Jeez, so good, so good. But the new color of the week is blue, so we're gonna look for those now. I don't even know where to start, if I should go tops, jackets, probably should do dresses. Oh, and home goods, like there's just so much good stuff to look through. So I'll have to do a little do this quickly, but still thoroughly. Here is your friendly reminder that all water bottle trends, and do you remember when Hydro Flask was so popular? $1.99, probably, honestly, probably still worth picking up. There's another Hydro Flask too for $2.99. Like, honestly, I probably could pick those up. I don't feel like it because I have so many things in my car already as it is, and I am just, I could literally throw my hand to the side and be able to find more things. Look at that. XOXO mixing bowls. That is really nice. Oh my gosh. $6.99 for the big one. Not stainless steel, but wow, those are nice. I'm tempted to buy those. $4.99, $2.99, $6.99. Honestly, those might be worth grabbing. But wild what you can find at the thrift store for so cheap. So I do feel like, again, some shoes just come in and out of style. I feel like people aren't loving Ons as much as they were. It's really $9.99. They do have some signs of wear though on the bottom, and then they also have some, kind of tearing at the backs where the heels are. And I really like to check those heels, because if those heels are busted, then it's really hard to sell them. So I'm going to leave those behind as well. But I did want to show you guys them here because they are not a terrible price. Also a lot of Allbirds here, which is something else I used to pick up. It's just things kind of go in and out of style. And I like to pick up things with really high quality because then it doesn't feel like they go out of style as easily. Now these are nice. These Hulken, these little sneakers are cute for $7.99. I do like selling Hulken, so I'll look a little bit into these to see what the style, if that is like a good one from this brand. Usually they tell you in here, yes, the Pehua. So I'll look those up, but pretty exciting so far. So they just pulled out a new rack of shoes, and I only grabbed 2 things on it. The first one is this pair of Danskos. I've not sold a lot of heels though like these, so I'm gonna look these up and make sure they're worth reselling. And the other thing is I put them down here for safekeeping. But this is a pair of Madewell leather, like, I don't know, like high top, maybe boots. I'm not exactly sure. I've never seen a thing like it. So Madewell, make weekends longer. Men's 8.5, women's 10. Holiday 2021. So not too old. The last 5 years. I'll look these up as well. I'm gonna do a reverse image search on both of those before I move any further along with that. But then I'm gonna keep on going through the dresses. I just saw them wheel it out though, and I wanted to double check, make sure it was worth it while I was there. Also, oh my, I just saw this on the back of this pair of shoes. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. DJP. That, my friends, would be a pair of Donald J. Pliner. Yeah. Oh my. Wonder if these are worth it. The toe is a little scuffed. Let's look at the other one too. Beautiful. But yeah, that toe, well, this toe looks a little dirty. I wonder if it's actually scuffed or if it's just dirty. But like a tall boot. Those are gorgeous. Okay, yeah, let me unzip this and then we'll see from there. It looks like, because they usually tell you the name. These are the Camille boots. So I'm going to look these up too. So look up those 3 pairs of shoes. My cart is full. My cart is full, my friends. But there's just so many good things. They're just hidden everywhere. They're not even hidden. They're just there. They're just everywhere. It's very exciting for me. I do love it. Okay, wow, I'm overwhelmed by the goodness. I needed it today. Pair of figs. Figs bottoms. And it looks to be a plus size, $4.99. What size are you? These are probably worth selling too, so I'll grab those. Okay, figs usually sell quickly for me at least. They look to be a jogger style. Okay, I gotta focus. Gotta focus. Look up the shoes, then we'll keep going. Wow, I'm everywhere, but that's okay. I just went through the men's section and I really feel like I kind of score. There's a marine layer, really cool striped quarter zip for, I think you could, oh, $4.99. Heck yeah. And then I found a couple button downs and things for my husband, rag and bone, a few other options for us to look at for him. Very exciting. Oh my gosh, so I am gonna sort my cart now. I have so many good pieces. I have no idea how I'm gonna edit this because I don't really want to spend hundreds of dollars because I just did on my car. But also, if I keep finding amazing things, I just feel like they'll make me money, so it's probably worthwhile. But maybe I'll sort and really try to be selective. Yeah, okay, wish me luck, I'm gonna go sort now. So I finally made my selections and I am ready to get on the road, I guess. And I hopefully will have new tires by the time I see you guys. Well, you will. I'll have new tires. I'll have made it home, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm gonna go check out, make my final selections, do this thing, and then I'll show you guys everything that we ended up picking up when we get home. Meet you there. We made it back home from Indianapolis. I did drive, and then I stopped halfway in my parents' house, got a little bit of rest, and then I smacked my head into the side of their van so hard that my neck has been hurting ever since. I've had a rough weekend, guys, but we're here. I made it home safely, and now we're gonna do this thrift haul. At the Goodwill in Indy, I spent $94.53. I think I actually had some sort of like discount coupon because I was supposed to pay a lot more for everything you're about to see. So I think I might have had a 20 or 30% off coupon on clothing, and then you get 10% off there if you spend over $25. And spoiler alert, I spent more than $25. So since I spent $94.53, our challenge bank for the end of today's video is $6,452.01. So we still have almost $6,500. So I feel like that is quite the win. But let's show you guys everything I got because there is so much here. I think I'm gonna do all of the shoes right off the bat because there are some really good ones. I had to, look through all the shoes. I love to sell a pair of shoes. These Donald Pliner shoes are so cute. And again, look basically brand new. The thrifting in Indianapolis is always next level. These were $9.99. So I paid $9 for these so I don't know how much I paid for these because I had the 10% off, but then I also had some sort of coupon going on. So less than $10 for these. And these are real leather. They're size 7, beautiful pair of sandals from Donald Pliner, so I know I can sell those for at least 30 bucks. And I sold a pair of those not too long ago as part of this challenge, so I thought that was a good pickup. These were also $9.99, but these are from Dansko. They are a pair of little heeled, kind of like very interesting, I don't even know what you would call these, like a mule almost, but they're leather. They were $9.99. But I love selling Danskos. They generally do really well for me. These are a size European 40, so I would say close to a size 9. Real leather. And I've never sold a pair with the heel like this, but when I went to look at my closet, I just looked at my closet for Danskos to see how much I sold my last pair for, because I was like, I have loved selling Danskos, but who knows if they're still worth it. When I looked, I didn't have a single pair listed for sale. I've sold every single pair, and every single pair for me has sold around like 35 to 50, sometimes even more dollars. So I was like, you know what? Worth it. I think these should sell for 40 bucks. That's what I'm gonna hope for on those puppies. Then you guys saw me find these Donald Pliner, these tall boots. These are fabulous as well. And they are a little black leather number. They have a little rounded toe, a little heel. These were so cute. And since I had all those coupons, I actually went back and grabbed these because I was like, oh, if I have all this insane sale going on, that means I can grab those too. These were a size 6. They're supposed to be $14.99, and they are absolutely exquisite. They're the Camille boot. This is what they look like. Fabulous pair of boots. Absolutely love finding a high quality pair of boot like that. And then the last pair of shoes I got was this pair of boots. These are black suede leather, and then they have these kind of like stretchy pieces on the side, as well as more of like a chunkier bottom for grip. I think that's so nice. But these were also $14.99, which, I mean, whew, a little rough, but that's okay. These are in a size 9. And again, these are from Stuart Weitzman's. And because I had just sold all those other Stuart Weitzman shoes, I was like, okay, it might be time for me to pick up another pair of Stuart Weitzman shoes. Hopefully we can sell these for closer to $100. I'm hoping for $65 on up. So those are just the shoes. Are you ready for everything else? Because it gets a little crazy, a little intense. So on the new rack, I did find this new Tags Aritzia blouse. It's in this really gorgeous berry color. And then it has this kind of off the shoulder, kind of cowl neck going on. It's a beautiful piece. I do love this color, but this is from Wilfred. So a nice Aritzia brand new with tags. It's the Nola top in dark ruby red. It was originally $98, so $100 for this top, and I paid $4.99 for this. And I do think that this is a gorgeous piece, very on trend right now too. So I'm assuming I can hopefully, since it is new with tags, sell it for 40 to 50 bucks, which would be, 50% off of its retail price. Another blue tag, another new tag, new color of the week is this striped little quarter zip pullover. And this is from Marine Layer. So I was excited to find that. I'm not sure if the archive plays any role in the value of this piece. I'm going to have to double check, but I think it's really cool. It's a size large, and this was also $4.99. So very happy to find some reasonably priced clothing and great brands. I love selling Marine Layer. It is one of those time-tested brands that does really well for me. Same thing with J. Crew. I love selling J. Crew, especially like a newer piece, things that are more classic looking, that, are not like from the Y2K 90s era. I feel like those pieces don't sell as well for me. But something like this I thought was really cute. This little fleece quarter button down, like, is that not so cute? A little snap button down with the green fleece and boxy fit. This is a size small, and I'm fairly confident this is a women's piece. It does look slightly cropped. So I did grab that. I think this is so cute. And this was $4.99, which I am all about. $4.99, that is a sweet spot for any piece of clothing for me. I thought that was truly adorable. I didn't look up any comps. I only had a little bit of time while they were working on my tires. And my sweet, sweet friend had dropped me off there, and then she was going to pick me up to take me back to get my car. Quite the adventure. Quite the adventure. So I didn't look up comps on most things. I was kind of going off of instinct. I did have a little bit of time where I was sorting, but it was a whirlwind, my friends. I think that's adorable. I also picked up this J. Crew sweater, which is this cream little crew neck sweater. But I grabbed this because it is 100% cashmere. For this would probably retail for over $100, maybe over $200. I'm not sure what they run these days, but this was $4.99 for me. Love that. Women's size small. Absolutely gorgeous. I also grabbed this off of a new rack. This is another really great fabric makeup piece. I love picking up cashmere, wool. You guys know that about me. Linen, things like that. This is a little gray full button up from the Brooks Brothers. It's a women's piece. It's a size extra small, but it is 100% merino wool. So it's a gorgeous, great fabric. And this was also $4.99. So you're seeing a trend here. Most tops are $4.99. A lot of bottoms are also $4.99. And then, things kind of vary. Dresses are $7.99 usually at my stores in that area. This was a pajama set. Don't ask me why I went to the pajamas when I had limited time. It just called to me. And I went. So I did find this, and this will be, I've tried selling this brand one other time, but this is a very cute set, and I think it hopefully will do really well. It is this cute little star print top and bottoms, but they're from the brand Eberjey, Eberjey. But look at this little tie at the front. This is so darling. The set together was $5.99. So we have the top and we have the bottom pants, full pants, like a little jogger style. Absolutely darling. And these were both in a size small, and they're both 95% modal and 5% spandex. I really like these, and Eberjey comps, at least on eBay, were pretty high. For a set like this, I saw a lot of sets selling for $40 to $60. So I did look this up quickly, but I do think for $5.99, and then I paid less than $6 for it. I paid probably closer to $4 for it. I do think that was worth it. I thought that was so cute. This piece, I found this with no tag on it, and I actually got to see my manager friend who works this location, and he was so kind, and then he tagged it for me, and he tagged it at $4.99, which was, I feel like, probably too low, but he was so nice, and I did find this denim jacket, and it's really nice quality, and this is from Athleta. Riddle me confused, because I didn't even know Athleta made denim jackets. I mean, it makes sense. I think they are getting into making denim too. I just usually when I find an Athleta piece, I'm not finding a denim jacket, but I thought this was so cool. Size small. If this sells for less than $35, I'd be shocked, and so for $4.99, definitely worth it. On the new rack, I found this as well. This is a little Free People top. We the Free, I was shocked when I found this on the new rack. It's so cute. It's so on trend even for this summer. This little striped blue blouse, adorable. Has the smocking across the top. Absolutely stunning. It's in a size small, but you guys know, Free People does run oversized. Pardon my nails, I'm in the middle of redoing them, but this was in a size small. Free People runs so oversized. And what? This is a tank top, but it was marked at $4.99. So again, brand spanking new out on the floor. I happened to get there during a rainstorm and nobody was in the store other than me. It was kind of beautiful and poetic in a way, but I really feel like I scored with that piece. And this coat, guys, I feel like this is gonna be the real dark horse of this haul. This is a fabulous, fabulous coat. It is so interesting. I've never found anything like it. It's this big old puffer with that puffy, like big old sleeve going into the thinner end there, like very couture, very high-end designer looking. This brand, I looked it up because I was like, I don't want to take a risk for something this unusual unless it's worth something. But based off of how weird it looked and how like cool avant-garde it looked, I decided to look into it. And I didn't have much time to look into it, but I did realize that Stephen Dan is a brand that is similar to like a Nordstrom or a Revolve, things like that, where they have other brands underneath them. And all the brands underneath this brand were like very, very expensive. Things I know, but I've never found myself. It's a size medium, and it did say that's the WDF jacket. This was only $9.99. So I said, Bekah, you can do more research later when you're home safely. Get it for 10 bucks, and I paid less than that in the end of things, probably like $8 or $7, and everything on the website was, you know, hundreds of dollars, if not $1,000. I don't think I can go wrong with this piece, but I don't know how many people are out there looking to buy this piece. That's the thing. Will the demand be warranted enough for me to have picked it up? We'll see, but I do feel like that is a very expensive jacket, and it should, I'm hoping, sell. If I can find a comp for it and find the right buyer, I do think I can sell that for hundreds of dollars. But that is a very unique piece. That will not probably sell quickly, but I think it was well worth how much time and money it'll take to sell. I found this piece. I cannot believe this was sitting there. This little floral piece is so cool. It has a zipper down the back. This is from the brand Amur. I have never found this piece, I don't think. Amur, I think I've put it on many brands list videos, but this is a fabulous piece. It is a size extra large, and oh, this is from Rent the Runway. Interesting. Okay, so now that makes sense. The RTR on the tag means Rent the Runway. I have no idea how much this will sell for. I would assume, well, now that I know it's from Rent the Runway, maybe a little bit less than I was expecting, but I was hoping for around 50 bucks for this, so maybe 35 to 50 would still be good, but it's a size extra large. It's a great size, gorgeous, really summery piece, so I think we're looking at a good amount of profit, hopefully coming from this, and it is 100% silk, so 100% silk, and this was $4.99? Like, heck yes, so good, very pleased with that. Is that not so cute? Very excited to get that one listed. And then we have a designer piece that I found in the dress section. I have no idea how much this will sell for on the normal market. I know this brand because of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift wore this brand while she was on her Eras tour. All of her gowns, when she goes to events, like a lot of times she's wearing this brand, which I am shocked to have found at this thrift store. Y'all, I found a Roberto Cavalli dress. Insane. So expensive. This is more of like a plainer dress, but it does have like a triple hemline, has the smocking at the shoulders. It's a gorgeous dress. I am shocked. I'll put a comp on the screen for you because I have no idea how much this will sell for. I'm so glad I went to the store this day. $7.99 for this. Roberto Cavalli, again, designer. This is insane. I don't know how to tell you guys how insane it is. It's a European size 42. Let me show you the inside so you guys can tell. There's that little like holographic detail over here. That's how you usually are able to authenticate pieces. Italian 42. That was a good find. I would hope to sell it for at least $100. So I do find that to be a good pickup. Then the next thing I grabbed was another J. Crew piece. I love this. If this was my size, I'd 100% be keeping it. It's this gorgeous long duster cardigan. It has the patch pockets on the sides. Beautiful gray cardigan, super thick knit. I love this. This was $7.99, but I did think it was worth grabbing because it is the newer J. Crew label, and then it's also new with tags. So it doesn't tell me how much this was, but it does give me like the department, the class, the color. It's a size small, but I love this. I just think it's so high quality. It's so nice. I love how it's made. And it's 35% cotton, it's 35 polyester, and then it's 30 merino wool. So it's a merino wool and cotton blend is what I would say. Beautiful sweater, brand new with tags. I'm assuming this retailed for over $100. I paid probably less than $7 for that. And I think that I should be able to resell it for hopefully 50 bucks. I thought that was beautiful. We also have 2 more J. Crew pieces. It was a wild ride, guys. Blue, oh, this is a black tag. I thought maybe it was new, but I thought these were so cute. It has these little ruffled collars. I have 2 of the exact same shirts, so that's why I'm saying they. This one is a black, kind of boxy fit, ruffles to the ends of the sleeve, ruffles around the neckline, J. Crew piece, and this feels like 100% linen. I'm fairly confident it might be. It's size large. It was $4.99, so love $4.99 price tag on all of these. Beautiful, beautiful quality on this. And yeah, it's 100% linen. So it's a beautiful 100% linen blouse from J. Crew, and then it is so gorgeous. This is just like the exact aesthetic I love selling for summer. This is such a good piece. So we have the black one, then we have the exact same one, same style, but in white as well. Same size as well. So size large, little ruffled 100% linen blouse with the ruffle to the end of the sleeve, ruffle around the collar, and then it goes down the front as well. I think that these are a beautiful 2 pieces for 100% linen. I mean, even though this is a short sleeve, this probably still retailed for probably, I would wager $60 or more, probably more, probably $100 at J. Crew. And then I'm gonna hope to get like 35 for that. Since it's 100% linen, it might be better, but who knows? Then we have another new with tags item. This is a pair of Chico's pants, which I do find Chico's quite often, and I don't always pick it up, but it does sell pretty consistently for me. It's not gonna be the biggest seller of all time, like the most money, but it's still high quality pieces. And these I thought would be great for spring and summer. These are the pull-on elastic linen button hem crop pair of pants. They're originally $89.50, and they're a size 2, so US size 12. But they're this gorgeous like blue kind of chambray pair of pants, and then it has these cute little button details down here at the bottom as well. They are cropped, so to me, I was like, oh, those look short. But for somebody who's a little shorter than me, I'm sure they will do wonders for them. But the texture, like the fabric feels so nice. And yes, that makes sense. It's 100% linen. So 100% linen pants. I am really into linen for this upcoming summer. I think it's going to be really something that people are looking for. And these were $5.99. And this was on a new rack again when I walked in. I ransacked that new rack. I was like, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. And I think it turned out well for me. And then the last 2 pieces are going to require, well, that one won't require any work. This one probably will. I was so pleased to find this. This color just spoke to me. I was walking by the dresses and I just pulled this out. I love selling a formal gown, as you guys know. And so this piece I just thought was so fun and beautiful. It has this giant bow on the side. How fun is that? And then it has this gorgeous longer gown. And then it almost has like a mermaid kind of train, like has this beautiful train to the back. I'm sure it would drag on the ground a little bit in a really cute way. But every time I am in Indianapolis, I find this brand. I love selling gunny sacks. Now, if this was one of their gunny sacks, like a prairie style dress, this would retail for like $700 on the resale websites. Because this is a Jessica McClintock gunny sacks, more for like formal gown, more like a prom dress style. It still will sell for good money. I have sold so many of these dresses for $75 to $100. And since it's formal, full length, and a good size, it probably will hit more of that $100 mark. But it's in a size 11, 12, great size. I'm also going to do some measurements. It has some boning through this corset part of the top. And so it really should do great. But I did, while I was getting ready to show you guys, I did see a little mark somewhere up here on the pleats, which is why I missed it the first time. Because when there's those pleats, it's just, if you don't see the right angle, it can make it hard. So you can probably see it, well, maybe you can't. Right there, there's a little like brownish mark. So I'll do a little Blue Dawn dish soap on it. I'll do a little scrub-a-dub-dub, see if I can get it out. If not, I'll still sell it as is because it is really hard to notice it. So I still think it'll still sell. But I was very excited to find this. It's 100% acetate in the USA and probably from, I don't know, the early 2000s, maybe the 90s. Really cool dress. I am so excited about that green too. That's so beautiful. So, oh, and that was $7.99, which is a steal of a deal. And the very last piece I picked up is another dress. And I think this is stunning. This is beautiful, a vintage dress, but it's also by a company that is around still today. So I do know this brand, and I wouldn't normally pick up this brand, except this is a beautiful Cynthia Rowley, like vintage Cynthia Rowley dress. And Cynthia Rowley does have very expensive pieces on her website. It's not all things that you can just find like at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So depending on what you find, some of the pieces can be worth money. It's just normally you're not finding the like luxury tier, like the high-end designer portion of her brand. You're finding a lot of her diffusion label. But this piece, I think, to me, speaks to a very like high-end, classy, vintage, gorgeous aesthetic. I love this detail, this white going across the front. That is beautiful. And I mean, if I tie it into a better bow than the one that it came with, I think it'll look even cuter. But this is in a size 8 and it's made in the USA too. And that's what really makes me think that this is an older piece as well. I'm sure none of her pieces nowadays are made in the USA. So that's what it looks like for the tag. I thought this was so cool. I love the style of this, and this was $7.99. So not too shabby, I thought. Absolutely stunning dress. There are buttons down the front as well. Beautiful piece. I will retie the bow and button up all of these and picture that. And I would say, I would hope to resell it for at least $50. The comps might even be higher. It's just a little hard to know. There's not gonna be a ton like it out there. And that's what the hard thing is about when you're pricing vintage items. It can be really difficult to know what the value of the item is. So I know a lot of people like to do an auction on eBay for vintage pieces. I generally get as close to something similar to that as sold as possible, and then just list it for sale and also turn on make offers so people can make an offer. I will be listing, of course, all these items will go on my eBay, my Poshmark, and my Depop. I cross-list all of those using Vendoo like I talk about. But I expect that that dress, I feel like that's an eBay seller. I feel like that's a piece that might sell on eBay the best, but it could shock me and sell on Depop too. I mean, Depop would not shock me either. It might shock me and sell on Poshmark. You never know. Those are all the pieces I grabbed. That was a lot. Those are a lot of pieces. And I did that so fast, it's not even funny. I love going thrifting in Indy. The thrifting is just so good. I'm wondering too, though, I think that I just need to give Detroit thrifting a little bit more of a go. Maybe instead of going to the bins next week, maybe we'll go to a brick and mortar store and I will look through the racks, because I feel inspired by this thrift haul and by the very short time I was in there looking through racks, how much I was able to find. There's just so much, there's so much to go around. There's so much excess. So that feels amazing. I feel really excited about those pieces. So I'm gonna go take a little rest and also get all these pictures, hopefully have my husband help me take some pictures of some pieces and get this all going for the next time I see you guys. But we're ending the episode with almost $6,500. We had an amazing time thrifting in Indy. And I also found lots of things for myself as well. There's so many things. I'm thinking about making a separate video with everything I've been thrifting for myself lately. If you guys would like to see me do that, maybe like a try on kind of styling video. I haven't done one of those maybe ever, but I think that it could be really fun. So let me know if you guys want to see that down below. But thank you guys for being here. I love doing this challenge with you guys, and I will see you guys in next week's episode. Bye.